Hi everyone, so second video review for this week is for The Thing About Tilly by G. Benson. I have just posted my review, so if you would like to check that out, if you're on YouTube there's a link in the description below, and if you're on Facebook or on my blog then there is a link within the post. And this is the video review. So The Thing About Tilly by G. Benson actually made me really emotional. Tilly's one of those mystery characters, so she keeps disappearing on her best friends, Evie and Sean. She does it without explanation a lot of the time, and that's all they've ever really known of her. So when you meet her, she's a complete mystery. And then she comes back after one of her elusive disappearances, and she finds Evie pregnant, and it sets them off on sort of this adventure that has not only Tilly but also her friends questioning if she's going to stick around to support Evie like she'd like to, and if she is going to up and disappear, or you know, whether she's just going to be there when Evie needs her most, when her best friend and someone she has a lot of feelings for needs her the most. Can she, you know, will she be there, or will these disappearing acts continue to happen? So a complete mystery, if you like. But I adored this story. It covered so much, and when I say so much I mean a lot of subjects, and it handled them in such a realistic and kind way, because some of them were quite sensitive when they revealed sort of what they were all about. And the one thing I like about G. Benson is it doesn't get too dark, even though it's focusing on really serious issues and really you know, things that would have the potential to get quite dark, and because they're sensitive, she keeps them really light-hearted as well. She just has that little bit of humour and the moments thrown in that are shared between the characters that just keep that light-hearted feel in between, and you kind of forget for a moment everything else that's more serious going on, and it's lovely. But when I read the first chapters I was instantly intrigued by Tilly. She was one of those characters that you just thought, what is going on, and I really want to know. And it was like I really wanted to know what all her behaviour meant. So I never imagined it would be for the reasons that it turned out to be, and as these were all revealed, I really felt I could relate, even though I have no idea what she was going through. I really felt like I could relate, and I understood all of her decisions just by the way that G. Benson had portrayed it. She'd portrayed it so well that you felt that empathy with her, you felt that sympathy for her in the decisions that she'd have to make from all her past and what it all meant. So for me, it was really lovely, and her friendship with Evie was adding to that, and in a sense they were both sort of sure of their own feelings for one another, but then therefore they have that typical cliche of the most relatable fashion where they end up pining for one another because they're so worried it's going to ruin their friendship that neither one of them wants to be honest and tell the other one how they feel. They sort of live in that limbo of friendship, and I think that was great. And then obviously it's circumstantial that then changes, like circumstantial events that then change that perspective, and then one of them has to make a decision. So the decisions that both Tilly and Evie have to make and were going through in this, they were kind of heartbreaking, and yet they were really intense in a way that was kind of exciting as well, but they were really sort of intense. And Evie's change in circumstances was literally going to change everything anyway, so that's like that make or break point for them, and this was that nail-biting intensity that sort of you were like, oh my god, like what is going to happen, and are they going to make the right decisions or the wrong decisions, or is this all going to work out? Like it was like sink or swim, right? Sink or swim moment for their relationship on all levels, their friendship, their potential for romance, everything. And it had me on the edge of my seat. I couldn't put the book down until I'd read the chapters and found out, because if I didn't know what was happening, oh my god, it was going to drive me nuts. So the thing that really stood out for me though with this story was the message of acceptance. I think that was really important, and what G. Benson's done here with the characters and the setting and everything, and the scenarios, the circumstances, literally everything she's packed in here was focusing on that really important message of acceptance. So all the characters, from Tilly and Evie to Sean to other friends and other acquaintances, and most importantly family, that had a big part to play in shouting that message, and that it was okay to be supportive, kind, accepting, understanding, and let someone be true to themselves. It was such an important message that was being thrown out there, and they all were in their own way, and it was all showing how to deal with situations calmly, and doing what's best for everyone, not selfishly. And even though it didn't always appear that way at first. And that's again very clever, because it shows you different people's perspectives on it, I guess. And so for me, each character was truly unique, and they all brought their own element to it. And I have to say that G. Benson has created quite the diverse range of characters as well. None of them really fitted a stereotype or anything. They were just themselves, and she's done so with sensitivity and care in everything she's explored with the characters as well. So there's a great diversity in here. The thing about Tilly is one of those complete unexpected gems of a story. You have no idea what you're getting when you pick it up, and it takes you on a hell of an emotional journey. It gives you scenarios that really make you think about what you'd probably do if you were in the character's shoes, and it allows you to really engage with the experiences as well, because there's a lot of sort of background thought process, and you're getting perspective of several different characters as well. So all those emotions that the characters provoke is because you're really experiencing their story with them, and I just felt really immersed in the story, and it included, and it was kind of introducing me to new and different things as well. Some characters had a sort of some characters were not what I've encountered before, and it was nice to encounter them. That's what I should say, without giving too much away. It was nice to get that diversity between all the different characters' personalities. And so I love the unique approach that G. Benson brings to her writing. She takes the unconventional and she makes it the norm, and that's just as it should be, and I love that she does that. So this book definitely fitted that for me. It's what a lot of people would probably say is unconventional, but to me should just be normal. It shouldn't even fit in the unconventional box, because it's completely conventional. It works for the people it works for, and I love that she just treats it that way. There's nothing taboo about it. Nobody's worried about it, not the characters. Nobody's questioning why they're like this, not even you as the reader. You just accept it. That's who they are, and that's just what they're doing, and you sort of I'm trying to think of the right word, you just feel really good for them, and you want them to succeed. I think that's the best way to describe that. So there is a lot to be gained and learned from this story. It will expose you to new things, and I do hope we may see Tilly and Evie in the future, because they've come so far, and we deserve to see their happiness, I think, and they deserve it too, because I think they're going to make fantastic future stories. But I highly recommend this story. I just loved every second of it, couldn't put it down, and even if I was crying most of the time, both happy and sad tears, it was a brilliant read. So I'll pop a link in the description so that you can go and grab yourselves a copy of The Thing About Tilly by G. Benson, which I hope you will. If you've read The Thing About Tilly, it'd be great to hear your thoughts, so please comment below, please get involved, please let me know what you think. And if you haven't read it yet, but it's on your to-be-read list, you're planning to read it, or you're now really intrigued, again, comment below, because it's always great to hear what you are interested in reading. And if you do grab a copy of it, I hope you love it. Bye!